When?
Have you ever had that feeling of having the air sucked out of your lungs where you could not breathe? Has that ever happened to you in your life? Well, it did happen to me. In 2004, I was living in Louisiana, and I went in for a shower like any other day and felt a lump in my leg. It was just a little thing, so I paid no attention to it. I said, probably an infection, it'll go away. Well, 2 days later, the lump had grown about that big to the size of a grape. And I got concerned. So I went to the doctor, thinking, okay, it's an infection gone wild. He didn't know what it was, so he sent me for a biopsy. And I went to the doctor, had the biopsy, and then sat down and heard the news. You have cancer. That was the day that the air was sucked out of my lungs because I could not breathe hearing that news. On top of that, he told me that I would have to have an operation, chemotherapy, and radiation. That was really scary. I went through to the hospital for the operation, scared to death. And then he told me, you may wake up and not have a leg because in order for me to get at this cancer, I'm going to have to take your leg off at the hip. And I begged and I pleaded with my husband and my mom, don't let them do this to me. Please let me have my leg. I don't care what it takes. First thing when I woke up, I'm feeling for my leg and it was there. And he comes into the room, he says, good news, we saved your leg. We had to take some nerves, we had to take all kinds of different parts of muscle out, but you'll never walk. But you have your leg. So there I was in a wheelchair, feeling sorry for myself and going through my radiation. But I refused chemotherapy because I knew there had to be another way. Anyway, fast forward, 2006, Katrina blew us in to Texas, and I met a man who told me about good alkaline water, about magnetic and ionic therapies, and I went on this journey. That was the beginning of my health and wellness journey. This helped me a lot, but it still wasn't the answer in my mind. I knew there had to be more. And while I was prospecting another guy for my business, I learned about how there was a scientific discovery that could help your body detect if there was a problem, protect the great good cells going on, replace anything that was wrong, and actually repair damage. And I started on this journey of ASEA. So I ask you today, if you have ever had the air sucked out of your lungs with a health challenge, or know somebody that needs to hear my story, please have them contact me. I'd love to tell it to them. Thank you.
All right.